Who's ready for our main event? The following contest is your main event of the evening. And it is scheduled for one fall.
Excitement at an all-time high, the second of our main events of the evening, and the Japanese phenom is here at Garden State Pro. This competitor has been on an absolute tear as of late.
There was a moment when this room went completely silent, just a mutual intake of breath, and now you can hear the chants beginning for Takeshita, someone who has just truly just captured the attention of wrestling fans all over the world. Quite honestly, was personally my favorite professional wrestler for a very long time. I think the best in the world, and I am so happy to see his mission to spread DDP and the message that DDP has for love of pro wrestling around the world. I am so glad to see that success, and I am so glad that we get to have Takeshita here in the Hart Ballroom. But that is not to take anything away from his opponent, Josh Alexander, the current Impact Wrestling World Champion, who can also make an argument for being the best in the world.
1,000% right. You can see the shower of streamers that is just showering the ring here at Garden State Pro. And definitely, as you had said, being considered, the best in the world, you go against someone else who could be considered the best in the world. This is a standout, the ace of Canada against a standout and ace of Japan.
And you can see walking weapon Josh Alexander. He's wearing that Impact World Championship right now. Got the Canadian flag in hand.
Someone so highly decorated, a two-time Impact World Champion, two-time World Tag Team Champ, former X Division Champ. Accolades on accolades. But I mean, Konosuke Takeshita in his own right. Six-time KOD Openweight Champ.
Multiple-time Tag Team Champion as well. Really has done it all in his home promotion of DDT, but you can say the exact same thing for Josh Alexander in Impact. Both of these athletes, two men who really just done it their own way, done their best to just hone their craft.
In the corner to my left, from Osaka, Japan, weighing in at 105 kilos, he is the Japanese phenomenon, Konosuke Takeshita. His opponent in the corner to my right, from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing 225 pounds, he is the current reigning and defending Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion, the Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander.
Incredible matchup, and we get to see it here tonight at Welcome to Eden.
And the room seems pretty divided between Takeshita and Alexander.
But if we recall,
I see some mouths moving. Some people are chanting for both.
I can't blame them.
I
can't blame anyone for rooting for both of these incredible competitors. But one thing I think that stands out a lot is the words that Josh Alexander had ahead of this matchup. You saw it in the video package. He said he wants to snuff out the star on the rise that is Takeshita. He said this is Josh Alexander's time.
But Josh Alexander is someone who has just, I think toiled is the best word for it, just worked his way up. You know, it's hard to get notoriety sometimes in Canada, and then he has broken out into the international scene, now a world champion. But Takeshita is well on his way at the exact same path. And Takeshita now with control of the wrist.
And you think about, too, all of the ups and downs that these men had to go through before getting to these positions.
Alexander, yeah, working towards the ankle, but Takeshita with the reversal. Of course, Alexander, that ankle lock has gotten him many, many victories, but it's Takeshita here, a short arm scissor. And Alexander rolling out to free himself and reversing it into a pin.
Ooh. 2 count, but Konosuke Takeshita staying so incredibly laser focused on his opponent. Quick dive for the legs of Takeshita.
Alexander shoots Takeshita off, but ooh. All right. Tackle, no one going down. Alexander tries.
Power on display from both of these competitors. Shoulder blocks like running into brick walls for each other.
Whoa. Oh, Takeshita dropping down, and now a single leg lariat.
Josh Alexander rolling himself out to the apron.
That is smart, you know. You can't be pinned if you're out on the apron, but Takeshita coming through, big running boot.
And Takeshita diving over the top rope to wipe out Alexander. Takeshita showing his appreciation for the fan support here in Newark. And now taking Josh Alexander with him.
Alexander back in the ring. Takeshita trying for a chin lock, and look, you can see Alexander even trying to grab the fingers to keep from that hold being cinched on, and finally gets his other arm free as well.
And prying apart the hands of Takeshita. Alexander now winding up to his feet. Whoa. Almost a volley back and forth, jockeying for position.
Alexander trying to turn this around, but Takeshita spinning right through and then back to the arms.
Takeshita bearing down.
Oh, into a camel clutch, and you can see there, Alyssa, Josh has his knee underneath himself, trying to keep from this hold being fully cinched on, and it's also going to give him a little bit of leverage to get out. It's extremely difficult to out-grapple the walking weapon.
Definitely right about that, but taking to strikes is Josh Alexander to put some distance between himself and Takeshita.
Oh. Ooh. Alexander fires back with a forearm and says, bring it on.
Alexander savoring this competition. And a flurry erupting between the two competitors.
Whoa. Oh, but Takeshita put up the boots and got caught. Alexander sweeps the leg.
You know how absolutely dangerous that jumping knee of Takeshita is, so you're definitely going to be wanting to work on the lower extremities.
Virtually everything that Takeshita uses to win his matches, it counts on that lower body strength, that explosiveness, be it a German suplex or that jumping knee. He needs to be able to explode, and he can't do that if he has a broken ankle.
You're absolutely right about that, Veda. Alexander really wrenching in on the ankle of Takeshita.
Trying to turn this over to Takeshita, reaching for the ropes, and that was just sheer strength that let Takeshita roll himself over to the ropes. Because if we're talking about, let's put aside wrestling ability, grappling ability, all of that. These two are two of the physically strongest human beings I have ever met in my life. Takeshita. Whoa! Alexander with a
5 minutes
spear
elapsed,
in the ropes,
15
right into a
minutes
Northern Light
remaining.
suplex. Got the cover, but no.
You can
And
see
you
that.
just heard 5 minutes have elapsed in this match. Again, it is a 20-minute time limit in our main event here at Welcome to Eden, the inaugural event for Garden State Pro Wrestling.
Now Takeshita backed into the corner by Josh Alexander. Delivers a staggering uppercut and another. Deafening thud of that chop against the chest of Takeshita.
Oh, but Takeshita fires right back. And you can see he's still shaking out that leg.
Yeah, so much pain radiating through the leg of Takeshita, but those chops are just fine.
Oh, the straps are coming down.
Level the playing field, that open now chest, and Takeshita firing off.
Oh.
Now,
Alexander with the reversal and a big back elbow.
Alexander, though, not opting for the cover. Seems like taking a moment to really survey his opponent, to really size up Takeshita in this moment.
This is a stump puller here by Josh Alexander.
Maybe Alexander just wants to do more harm to Takeshita.
And Alexander also just wrenching on the toes. And Takeshita is, again, going to have to use that strength to somehow get out of this, but Alexander stays locked on the knee.
Takeshita down on the mat. Alexander, again, almost looks like circling Takeshita like a shark, like an animal stalking prey. Another shot and another to the knee, now to the midsection. Varying his offense is Josh Alexander.
And truly, Alexander is just relentless when it comes to the laser focus on that leg. Ow! And then this is the middle rope is used as almost like a second appendage to wrap that knee around it, and Takeshita is in serious trouble here.
Oh, able to fire off through the pain, through the agony.
Limping, but still in it is Konosuke Takeshita. Whoa.
Able to duck the blow.
Big flying lariat! And Josh Alexander has been knocked off his feet.
Konosuke Takeshita has bought himself some very valuable breathing time, and we can see in this exchange,
Alexander went for a lariat and a back elbow, both ducked, and that flying lariat by Takeshita connected, and now Takeshita came for another lariat and got caught, hits a DDT on Alexander, and finally able to make a pin in this match.
a 2 count only for Takeshita, the walking weapon, able to get that shoulder up.
And Takeshita using these moments here not to stay on Josh Alexander, but to tend to his own knee.
Which is very wise as far as self-preservation goes.
Takeshita perhaps calling for that Blue Thunder bomb, the prettiest in the biz, but Alexander knows it's coming and he's gonna fight it.
Oh, but caught by the trunks.
Oh, wait, Alexander, a headlock takeover.
The shoulders
into
are
a
down.
cover. Oh, but Takeshita reverses.
Dangerously close.
And now Alexander back to the ankle.
He had dodged the blow of the enziguri and was able to catch and now put more of that torque on the ankle of Konosuke Takeshita. Now crawling his way to the ropes, Takeshita reaches out. He's able to force the break.
Pulling himself back on his feet. Oh, and just got sent to the outside.
Tossed upside down, inside out, and backwards over the ring. And now able to dock that blow, and is once
10
again.
minutes have elapsed. 10 minutes remaining.
Oh! Car crash, crossbody, sending Takeshita into the front row. And Josh Alexander might have this locked in. He just needs to get his opponent back in the ring.
And you can see it right here, able to duck and then hangs up Takeshita on that top rope. All of that momentum and the car crash connects.
And now Josh Alexander, Takeshita up in the torture rack, into a huge slam, a cover, 2.
Oh, and a 2 count only.
And Alexander, his emotions just got the better of him for a moment. You could see the frustration etched on his face. Josh Alexander, someone who's so deliberate and calculating and used to being in control. I think he's just trying to unscramble this puzzle to figure out how to beat Konosuke Takeshita, and
Disrespect, grinding his boot into the head of Takeshita.
And now hooking the arms for that seat. Oh! Takeshita not wasting a moment, knew what was coming, and now Alexander. Oh, the Finley roll. Alexander heading all the way up top. What? Huge moonsault, but Takeshita out of the way. Oh, big knee strike.
And both competitors are laid out. You can see it in our replay here. Josh Alexander scaling to that top turnbuckle. Beautiful moonsault, but into an empty pool. That knee strike, absolutely devastating.
Takeshita is starting to get back onto his feet, but again, his hands keep going towards that knee. And I have to wonder, in different circumstances, maybe he would have been able to capitalize after that knee strike, but with that recovery now, he's on his feet. He's grabbing hold of Alexander and delivering another brutal forearm. Alexander, though, fires right back.
Another volley exchanged between these two competitors. And Takeshita
taken off his feet.
Now almost using the ropes to try and get it back to his feet.
Takeshita with a volley, but Alexander firing back using both elbows, and now a ripcord, and Takeshita! Blue Thunder bomb! 1, 2,
Not enough to keep Alexander down.
And now Takeshita, the lariat has connected! This has to be it!
But it is in fact not it, Veda.
Somehow, and you can see on that clock, we have 6.5 minutes left in this 20-minute time limit. They have been fighting for almost 15 minutes so far.
And think about all of the damage that both of these competitors have absorbed over the course of those 15 minutes. The fact that either of them are anywhere close to their feet is remarkable.
Alexander fighting this. Oh, big back body drop.
The frustration.
Yeah. Alexander with a little bit of separation here. Hits the ropes, but Takeshita sends Alexander to the outside, and Takeshita has an opening.
You can see over the top rope.
Risking it all, including his bad knee. You can see him still struggling. Managing to fly, knocking down the Impact World Champion, and now he just needs to drag Alexander back to the ring. Watch this, you can see him. He's barely able to walk, but somehow this burst of adrenaline sends him flying over the top rope.
Even as he was running and gaining momentum, Takeshita almost unconsciously reaching toward that injured knee. Oh, this isn't going to be pretty. Josh Alexander.
Be a brain buster on the apron, and Alexander is not going to let that happen. Alexander Huge boot.
Alexander very wisely had weaved his leg through that bottom
15 minutes
rope.
elapsed, 5 minutes remaining.
Oh, Alexander going for that C4 spike on the apron.
Could you imagine?
That could be absolutely deadly, but Takeshita fighting out. Oh, a huge forearm. Alexander is rocked. And a big running knee strike.
Alexander laid out on the apron. Takeshita has got to get back into the ring if he wants to end this 4.5 minutes remaining in this matchup.
Rolling Alexander into the ring, and now Takeshita following behind. Oh, if he can hit the jumping knee, you know it has to be over. Handed to him personally by Jun Akiyama. Could this be it? He's fired. Oh! Alexander out of the way. Alexander, exploder suplex. Managed to avoid the knee, but no cover. And now Takeshita in trouble. Alexander coming in hot.
Able to get his boots up, though, was Alexander. And,
oh my! A powerbomb onto the knee, straight into the pin. Oh, Alexander though, rolling through, got the ankle, and he is wrenching on that ankle lock. On that already destroyed leg of Konosuke Takeshita.
And Alexander screaming at Takeshita to tap, but Takeshita firing up some boots of his own, putting some separation, but winding right back into that ankle lock.
Alexander is in perfect position. Takeshita might have to tap it. Takeshita, using his own leg to break that down, that low lariat.
Just enough explosive movement
from the knee, and you can see Konosuke Takeshita again hammering on his own leg, trying to get back to his feet. The crowd chanting, "Fight forever!" Oh, the lariat blocked Alexander. Oh,
a lariat dodged by Takeshita, who now has the full Nelson locked in. Oh, a German suplex!
No bridge, though. He didn't hold the pin in now. Maybe another lariat. Oh, but Alexander follows through. 2. Oh, Takeshita! Just a 1 count. Konosuke Takeshita will not stay down. Josh Alexander can't believe it.
Josh Alexander now has Takeshita. No, Takeshita!
Brainbuster! The cover. And Alexander out on 1. Alexander back on his feet, back on his knees. He can't even stand.
These emphatic kickouts and the chants echoing here throughout the Hart Ballroom.
2 minutes have elapsed. 18 minutes have elapsed. 2 minutes remaining.
We have just 2 minutes left in this contest. These warriors have been at battle for 18 minutes relentlessly. 1 minute and 42 seconds remaining. Takeshita squaring up, eyes locked on Josh Alexander, gesturing again to his knee. But no, he went for the lariat, and Alexander had it scouted.
Looked like Alexander had a similar idea. Both these competitors. Oh, Takeshita! That forearm strike.
Another big knee strike, but it got caught. Alexander.
And again
through. Yep. Trying to get back to that ankle.
Can he do it? The ankle.
19 minutes have elapsed. 1 minute remaining.
German suplex hold into a pin.
Oh, 2 count only.
And Takeshita went right back to his leg. He's not just clutching his knee, but his ankle as well. And the force that it takes to exact a bridge like that, you have to imagine the pain is just running through the entire left leg of Konosuke Takeshita. He's lowered his knee pad. He's
30 seconds remaining.
30 seconds! Alexander again trying to grab the ankle. But Takeshita fighting it. Takeshita. Oh,
wait
Alexander.
a second. Alexander looked like.
Oh no! Takeshita rolling through. A cover. Oh,
10,
so close.
9.
Alexander
8,
back on the ankle.
7,
back on the ankle.
6,
It's entrenched in. Is Takeshita going to tap? Can he get to the
2
rope?
seconds.
No, he did not tap. The match has come to a time limit draw.
And Alexander heard the bell. He let the hold go. He heard the bell. He thinks he won, but it wasn't the bell because Takeshita submitted. It was a bell because the time limit ran out, and I think Josh Alexander has just realized
time limit
what
has
happened.
elapsed. Therefore, the official has declared this match a no contest.
And Josh Alexander arguing with the official, saying that Konosuke Takeshita tapped out. But folks, you saw it. There was a time limit draw. And Alexander believes that if the match had gone on just a little bit longer, Takeshita would have tapped out, and maybe he would have.
I mean, the arm of Takeshita was up. It looked like he was a split second away, but a time limit is a time limit.
And Takeshita asking for the microphone here.
Sorry, today I can't fight more.
No shame in that.
And the crowd letting Takeshita know that it's okay.
I promise, me versus Josh.
Okay.
Anywhere, anytime, one more match.
One more match, sometime, somewhere, maybe for something. Who knows?
And in the end, Konosuke Takeshita, Josh Alexander, they're professional fighters. Takeshita realizing that he could not fight anymore
You
today.
say anytime, anywhere. Well, I don't care if it's in Impact. I don't care if it's in Japan. I don't care if it's in Garden State Pro Wrestling. Whenever this match happens, there's going to be no goddamn time limit. Do you want that? I said, do you want that? Well, if you want to see it here, I think you should chant Garden State as loud as you fucking can to let the people know how bad you want it.
And Josh Alexander says, yes, there will be a rematch. No time limit when it happens. And Alyssa, I don't know how long that match could possibly go on because they went 20 minutes
One more
and it still
time.
wasn't over.
Anytime.
An appreciation for the fight that these two competitors just went through. An incredible way to end the debut event of Garden State Pro. Welcome to Eden.